One last real drop deck. Let's do it. Pack one, pick one. Snap pick Font of Agonies, rather. Font of Agonies? Font. What do we have here from reality? We have a Minister of Obligation as the best card here by a million miles. With maybe second being Saurofarm Hybrid and maybe third Savant. Alright. The rare is not really playable. Client's getting a bit of lag. Forbidding Spirit's decent. Spire Mangler's fine. Gates of Blaze is very good. Grotesque Demise is quite good. Savage Smash is quite good. I think I prefer the Spire Mangler. Maybe the Grotesque Demise. I mean, we can play Ministrant in any deck. It is a chump blocker for days. If we wanted to do something a little bit more greedy than just Orzhov again. I don't really wish to play Orzhov again right now. But Demise is the best card here. Spire Mangler and Forbidding Spirit are both okay. Gates of Blaze is very good, although not always amazing. If you have a Gates of Blaze is one of those cards where I find that what you really want is you don't want a couple gates with Gates of Blaze, you want a lot of gates. Because what it is it's a sweeper that only triggers if you have enough gates to work for you. Then yeah, maybe you can build some sweet deck where like you keep the toughness of your creatures below the number of gates on your board so that you can Gates of Blaze, but that seems to be really sketchy in draft, maybe a little bit more approachable and sealed. So Spire Mangler has good synergy with the 1/1 tokens. Forbidding Spirit's just a really nice body, a 3 for 3/3 that prevents your opponents from smashing you for a turn is pretty damn good. So question is the Demise just better? And the answer is probably. We're not anywhere close to Savage Smash. I think that's probably one of the cards I would like out of this. The Demise is fine. Spire Mangler's fine. Forbidding Spirit's fine. Gate's probably the strongest card here. So it's probably something like this in power level, there to there to maybe there. So, alright. Big Demise. Not excited about that pick. Orzhov Enforcer's an exciting pick though. Card's great. There's Night Arbiter and Essence Capture, both worth looking at. Recluse is decent. Duelist is fine. This is a very easy Enforcer. It's just value in our colors. It's a very difficult to deal with creature. Jump blocks. It creates 1/1 tokens. It death touches. It does everything. We have a bunch of Afterlife creatures so far. It's going to be pretty clear to say that we're going to be grindy. There's only 3 cards in the colors, and this card's not playable, and this card requires creatures with ETBs. Now, we're not guaranteed to be in white-black, but the red cards aren't so exciting that I'm speculating there. And the green cards are really hard to play with white or black. Golgari and Selesnya are both from the last set, so the dual lands don't really support that. So we'll grab Dev Rebels. It's a very early Rebels for me from picking. Summary Judgment versus Grotesque Demise. I like them both. I like Demise a little bit better, although Judgment hits a lot of different things, and the 5 damage is fairly good removal. I guess right now I'm not 100% convinced we're in white, and I'm pretty convinced we're in black, so I think I'm going to take Grotesque Demise. I think its second Grotesque Demise is still better than Consigned to the Pit, which is pretty weak. I wouldn't mind a second Dead Rebels, but maybe a little bit early. And the Judgment is fine if we end up playing white. If we don't end up playing white, if we end up being like black-red, which this would be fine with so far, then the Demise is going to be just something that I can play. So we'll drop that. Best card in this pack is maybe the High Alert, but nowhere near what we're playing right now, although we could be there. We could get there. Expose is a sideboard card. Speculate on High Alert deck, or grab the Burning Tree Vandal to speculate on a Rakdos deck. They're all pretty low impact. Exposing I would like to play Ministrant. Ministrant individually is better than Burning Tree Vandal, but we're not that far away from pack 2 pick 1, and I'm happy to play Burning Tree Vandal's Rakdos deck, so it lets me dump extra mana. There's a world in which we play this though. We could be Esper splashing blue for the High Alerts. That's pretty playable too. I might just do that. I think it's the strongest of the cards available to me. I think this card is okay, but not amazing, and this card's a sideboard card that's sometimes very good situationally, but a lot of times it's just a sideboard card we'll probably get another of. Let's grab the uncommon and see if we want to build around. An Acuity immediately afterwards. Also the best card in this pack by quite a bit. Consign's okay for us. Don't have any addendum cards yet, but doesn't mean we can't get there. Also a Homunculus, which is part of the High Alert deck, right? This is instance during your... we can play Grotesque Demises on our turn if we have to. Let's grab the Acuity and see if we want an Esper deck. If we do want an Esper deck, We're looking to splash blue. The locket is what helps us do that. There's a prying eyes and a consign to the pit. I'm not very excited about that. And there's also a gateway plaza, but let's take the locket. Second Dead Rebels, Junk Troller Wield. This is a card you would consider playing in a high alert deck. I'm okay grabbing that. I don't think Second Dead Rebels is so exciting right now. Let's see what pack 3 brings for us. 3-3, very unexciting. Blade Brand is totally playable. We're happy to grab that. Exposed to Daylight Wield. Debtor's Transport, very far away from what we're looking at right now, unless we end up pure Orzhov and don't end up playing these 3-4 speculative picks now. Starting to be pretty speculative. Let's grab the Exposed for sideboard. These cards are not playable in any sense of the word. Let's grab the Cavalcade. It's an uncommon. Take Second Dead Rebels. We're not playing Fog. Okay. Well, the rare is a Rakdos card, and we did have the potential to go that way. It's a fairly decent Rakdos card. Good with lots of... well, the +1/+0 is very good with the Afterlife. Clearly, you don't get the pings off of it. But it's a fine card. It's probably the best card here. The Azorius Splash is Insight or Windstorm Drake. This is actually kind of a hard pick here. Judith is probably individually better than Windstorm Drake, but we already have a reason to splash blue, so it's not an individual decision anymore. If we are Rakdos, we have very few playables so far for a pure Rakdos deck, and if we are Orzhov splashing Rakdos, we still don't have very many playables because Locket, Junk Troller, and both High Alert and Incuity become dead cards. So Judith may be the best individual card here to pick, but with what we've picked so far already, Drake or Insight might be slightly better. Possibly just Drake. Like, Insight's not a super high impact card, although it's a fun one. Drake is just fine. Also very splashable is blue. Has a lot of synergy with Afterlife tokens. Drake is counter synergy with High Alert. It doesn't detract though, right? It's not like you lose damage by playing Drake. You just don't gain damage by playing Drake. We only have one High Alert right now, and we're not necessarily sure we're going to do that. Still a 3/3 flyer for 5 chat that has synergy with all of our Afterlife, and currently we have 2 Afterlife synergies and only 1 High Alert synergy. So the Drake's still fine. Still synergetic with the deck. Chat. Drake bad. Drake no synergy. Chat. Calm down, friends. Calm down. Still fine. I think either of those are fine. Worse than a Chillbringer? Probably. Judith here. We're pretty far from red, guys. All the speculative picks have been in blue. I don't think we picked that. I think we grabbed the Drake. Okay. Pose Deploy. Another great splash card. And Azorius Guildgate to make that splash possible. Get the point if we had gone the Rakdos version and a Cult Guildmage. This card is nuts, but we're nowhere near it. So for us, between Guildgate and Depose Deploy, I think we're far enough away. This is the second in a row. We could Get the Point and Judith, which are both super, super strong, which feels pretty bad to have that, but it's okay. This card is good, but might be better if, you know, it synergizes with our Drake. It's another card we can cast main phase if we have to. But if we are trying to run this, and we might be trying to run this, we should probably start grabbing these Guild Gates. Oh man, such a good card though. Alright, let's be greedy. Let's take the Depose to Deploy. Maybe we're splashing black now and not having to worry about that. I mean, these cards are splashable, although the Enforcer's a little bit more painful to splash. There's a Chillbringer showing up here in blue. The white card is the Messenger. Listen, the Chillbringer's way better. I don't love Slimevine, but it's okay. I think I would take Chillbringer here. There's a Ram, a Homunculus, a Vampire, Scuttlegator, and Sentinel's Mark, as well as a Blade Juggler. Can I just play Dimir, chat? Because that's the colors I actually want to play. I want to play Dimir. Juggler is so good. Fuck that fucking Juggler. that or Sentinel's Mark or Humongulous, and I think I'd rather not play. I'd rather play Juggler and not play the High Alert. Consigned to the Pit versus Trumpeter. Yeah, about that. Versus Twilight Panther. Have very weak removal right now. It's just the grotesque demises, but man, Consigned to the Pit is unexciting. It's just, we haven't seen a white card again, right? Like, this was the only white card we've seen in this pack that isn't also either blue or also blue. I was about to say we should pick Panther because if we are white-blue splashing black, which is possible with what we've drafted so far, then we don't really want Consign, although Consign is very splashable. But then I realized Panther's not splashable at all. It requires black mana. Yeah, draft math. It's been a little bit painful, the picks we've shown up with. I think it's Twilight Panther. And we still don't know where we are yet. Second Juggler. Yes. We've got options, chat. That's how we gotta look at this. Caracal, Watchdog, or Knight of Sorrows. Could we be okay with Watchdog here? And some white cards is nice. Watchful Giant. I hate this card. Is it playable enough in our High Alert deck? Rally to Battle with High Alert. Bam! Everyone takes 1,000,000. Undercity's Embrace. With no creatures above 3 power. That one seems like an easy rule out. So probably between the Orzhov Locket, the Watchful Giant, and the Rally to Battle. And we're just playing Jugglers. I'll play Jugglers, a 2/2 that draws me a card. I'm okay with that. Gateway Plaza. Do we need the land? Like, right now we have 5 blue cards, although one of them can be played as just a white card. These are all splashable. Maybe we don't play Acuity. Maybe we do. But these are all very splashable. We don't have to play High Alert. I'll splash for Chillbringer and Windstorm Drake and just make an Orzhov deck with blue flyers. That's totally doable. Thoughts on Gateway Plaza? It's extraordinarily slow. But we do need fixing right now, and we don't have it. And I think Watchful Giant's very low power level. I think Rally to Battle's pretty low power level. It's very easy to play around it after you've seen it once. And I don't want an Undercity's Embrace. So maybe we take the Gateway Plaza. Alright, Azorius Guildgate is an easy pickup here. Nice to see that wheel. I think we take the first Consigned to the Pit now. Plague White is definitely playable if we are black core. I don't love it, but it's playable. Sentinel's Mark wheeled. Gateway Ram, pick 12 wheeled. That makes me so sad. Why are the bots not taking this card? This card is incredible. This card is probably the best. Is it the best uncommon in the set? It's pretty damn close. Maybe Colossus is better. Colossus is more, it's easier to play in a variety of decks, but the Ram is higher impact than the Colossus most of the time. I don't know. It's close. Let's grab the Sentinel's Mark. Trumpeter's nowhere near where we want to be. I'll take it in case there's some world in which my opponent plays all 1/1s in Cavalcade deck or something. Alright, let's see what Pack 3 does for deciding some things for us. So it's a third Demise, second Blade Brand, first Carrion Imp, a Hero of Precinct 1. We do have some gold cards, but they're not a lot yet. Pretty unexciting pack. It's a Slime Bind, but we're probably splashing blue at this point, which makes that fairly unexciting too. Like, Dovin's Acuity is best build around? Man, I have a hard time with that. I think this is probably Demise number 3, but it could be Hero number 1. Jessica's Portal works with Blade Juggler. But that's it. We already have 2 Demises. It's fairly limited. Want another Demise and try to nail it with Acuity? Could do that. I think Hero's a little bit weak here. Alright. Let's grab Demise. Tyza? Whatever her name is. A Guildgate, Tyza, Racketeers, Vampire, Imp, Senate Griffin. Our flyers are pretty bad right now. Although we have Demises for days for flyers, which is nice. This is probably good enough. 2/4 body's fine. We have 2 creatures with Afterlife, but only 2. That Guildgate looks pretty nice too. I think it does come down to here versus here. Creature dying causes a triggered ability of permanent you control to trigger that trigger ability charged twice. Is there anything else? Okay, double indestructible doesn't seem very useful. No. She has high alert synergy, it's true. She's a 4/4. Griffin's not in consideration. It's between the Guildgate and the rare. Yeah, I could have Tezza. Judith would have been funny. I think it's unlikely we get much value out of the 2/4, but she does demand removal. Guildgate I could see being very valuable here. She's not going to wheel, the Guildgate might. This is a pretty loaded pack. I don't mind another blocker here. And I'll play her even if we don't end up playing much in the blue or don't play high alert. Okay, Chillbringer here seems great. Oh, Blade Juggler number 3 though. Do we want Chillbringer number 2 or Blade Juggler number 3? Yeah, no, Juggler's so good, man. So is Chillbringer though. Chillbringer's really good. That's a hard fucking pick too. Also, look at pick 3 Guardian Project. I think that card's pretty good too. I don't think we're looking very high alerty right now. So we're probably not playing Junk Troller. And we're probably not playing high alert. Although we might still play Acuity. Probably not playing Watchdog either then. We have some attackers, so there's Twilight Panther, Enforcer, and Plague White are all pretty good at triggering Spectacle. So the Blade Juggler probably gets played a fair number of time on 3, which is always nice. Blade's a great card to bring back with Rebels, although so is Chillbringer. I think this might be Juggler here. Let's grab that. Second Sentinel's Mark, not very exciting. Second Consigned to the Pit, not very exciting. Second Azorius Locket, not very exciting. Don't really want to play a bunch of Lockets. Could be sideboard Consign the Pit. Are we ever going to play 2 Sentinel's Mark in the same deck? Problem with that card is it's really vulnerable to removal. And it doesn't trigger Dovin's Acuity. Could Orzhov lock it here if we just want to draw a card in our deck. We already have 3 Jugglers. Probably don't need that. We're never going to get value out of Embrace. We have no creatures with high enough power to trigger it. We probably need the blue to finish the game, honestly, as the Flyers. Maybe Vigilant Flyers are a thing. Maybe a second Consign is a thing. So our removal right now is triple Grotesque Demise, Blade Brand, and Consign. I think there's a deck where we want second Consign. Alright, what's next? Justicar's Portal. It's a lot better now with 3 Blade Jugglers and the Chillbringer. I think I'm okay with that. Over a Caracal or a Pegasus. Pegasus is a blocker. It's also an evasive creature that gets Juggler procs. Maybe we take Pegasus and hope Justicar's Portal wheels. But flickering Blade Jugglers and Chillbringers is great. And I'd have to play the fucking Pegasus, which I'm never that excited about. We're at 21 cards right now. We have other cards we could play if we had to, but we prefer not to. Not playing High Alert, I don't think, anymore, chat. I don't think we have enough creatures that really trigger off of it. Let's grab the portal. Oh, immediate punish. Well, maybe not. There's an Oligarch, which is great for us. We have a creature that triggers off of, that synergizes with that trigger, as well as a Lord that synergizes with the dead creature. Another 2-drop that gets in is good for our jugglers. This is very good for our deck. Problem is I want that gate. I think it's still Oligarch over gate, but man, it's pretty underwhelming, pretty unsatisfying. All right, Simic Guildgate as a blue source doesn't seem great. Shimmer we're not playing. Crocodile, I guess there's a world it comes in. Undercity's Embrace, there's a world where it comes into. It's just it's a pretty dead world. I don't think third Consign ever gets play. What do we bring Crocodile in? Somebody with a bunch of aggressive creatures that can't kill that? Doesn't seem very good. Keep the Undercity's Embrace for sideboard. Ram, pick 8, because I don't even know why. Could have had a Ram pick 8 and a Ram pick like 11 or something. It's so stupid. Shouldn't be in there. Knight of Sorrows, Screaming Shield, or Vampire here. Probably Vampire. Knight for Afterlife. Maybe. Like Vampire's a chump blocker, trades for life. Shield good against control. I don't know what the hell we do versus control right now. Ask them to please stop living. Please stop living, control. But we're gonna mill them to death with no other mill in the entire deck. We're gonna do it with just Screaming Shield. Sure. Alright, I'll throw that in sideboard. Alright, Blade Brand pick here. Sure. Might even play that. Might be playable here. Vampire. Goblins that late is crazy. Third Consigned to the Pit or Thirsting Shade. Man, we did not get shit to wheel for us. Orzhov Locket. Cavalcade. Remember all those like guild gates and things we wanted? Yeah, none of that wheeled. Okay, so we're light on blue sources, and we're running enough stuff. We'll probably have to run islands. It's a little bit awkward with Oligarch to run islands, but maybe we can make do with it. Yeah. We'll look at that deck in a second. Pop that, oops. Pop the, whatever it was. Play? Can I not edit anymore? I'd like to edit. Okay. So this is 40 cards right now. With 17 lands. We don't have enough blue sources right now, although it just put in a bunch. Maybe we do have enough blue sources. We have to deal with that in a second. Are we playing Acuity? What does it trigger off of? I mean, we can use it to. We can use Blade Brand as a cycle card too, and Jeska's Portal as a draw card. What's the creature count right now? Creature count's 11. Can't run double Rebels with 11 creatures. I'm not sure I want to run double Blade Brand with 11 creatures either. We run a Vampire. Probably. 7 wins? I think that's way too high. $11 creatures, 2 of them are blue. We have to get our jugglers on curve. I think Sentinel's Mark is very weak in this deck, although it does represent something for our Drakes, our Flyers. Another creature I could get in here. Maybe the Watchdog. Trumpeter. Pretty unexciting. We don't have red mana. Just a 1/3 all day. Yep, I'm aware it adds evasion for Juggler. We have 4 other attackers on 2. All of which get there. all of which do other things. This is 38 cards right now. Definitely have to run the locket for this number of blue. We need 4 blue sources too with 5 cards like this. That probably needs to happen. Do we run second consign here? We are going to run a locket. Might ramp up a little bit. We're drawing cards presumably with juggler. There could be hands where it's just like juggler, 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 consign, consign, windstorm, or like, oh, thanks, game. I think maybe we run second consign. I don't like that card. Do we run vampire? Do we run the trumpeter? Do we run the blade brand for cycle? We have 2 death touchers, 1 death touch. Blade jugglers with blade brand are nice. Maybe we run that instead. This is a little bit more flexible, although less consistent at killing the threats we need killed. Like, we can't answer Colossus. We consign it once and then it just shits on us for the rest of our lives. Maybe it is Trumpeter. It seems so bad in a deck with missing red sources. But we do need to enable Blade Juggler. God, what a top deck it will be, though. We can't even make it a 3-3. Just we top deck a 1-3. Have a red source. That's true. Have a red source, so it could be a 3-3. It's not the way to look at that. That's insane. All right, we can shrink our deck quite aggressively with this, with 2 blade brands, the draw cards off of the juggler, and the locket, and the depose. We can shrink this deck pretty rapidly. Maybe we want a Drunk Troller in here. Is this our last creature? What was the last creature I put in? I put the Trumpeter. What if we put a Drunk Troller in here to prevent ourselves from milling to death? Alright, we need 4 blue sources. Let's go down to do 1 island. That's 4 blue sources. Let's go up 1 swamp, 1 plains. What is this? This is 6. So we have 8, 9 black sources, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white sources. Need black a little bit more often than white. So probably go down 1 white and up 1 swamp. 9, 10 black sources, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8 white sources. No, I counted the island, I think, the first time. So 6, 8, 9, 8, 9. So this is 994. It's okay. See how drunk troller? The drunk troller. Yeah. Do we want to watchdog instead of, I mean, I can see us milling ourselves to death with this deck. We draw, this is 3 draw, 4, 5 draw, 6 draw that we're going to be hopefully recasting. 8 draw with the blade brands, 9 draw with the depose, 10 draw with Justicar's Portal. We definitely see that being an issue. Alright, let's try this. I think this is very fragile Esper. Or we could just call it Drunk Troller. Yeah. Alright. We can probably get 3 wins with this. Maybe, if we're lucky. If we're nice. I don't think we beat a Gates deck. Guess we'll open with the mulligan. Yeah. About this opening hand. We did make it up to 12 creatures. We're running double Blade Brand and a Dead Rebels in a 12 creature deck. I understand why. It's just awkward. Not even bad. This is something to do next turn, which is fantastic. Teamer over there. All right. Jesus, that's so much mana ramp. So he's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana right now. He could just zap the hybrid, although he has to tap it to do it. 7 mana now. Doesn't have to tap the hybrid. Very duelist time. Homunculus. And a hybrid. Some more adapt targets. Eat the hybrid. Can't do it now. Seems okay. I mean, the thing is, I could have also removed the engineer, but he's already got 2 targets that are valuable to adapt. Like, I think it's just better to do this. Okay. Get Acuity back into our hand. We can Acuity plus Blade Brand next turn. Or maybe if he swings, we could just Blade Juggler. Opinion on the London Mulligan. I read the Star City Gamer article on it, and didn't seem terribly exciting in terms of its impact, although maybe. So I got punished for my decision to remove the hybrid instead of the engineer. I'm like, man, he's just played 3 cards that all benefit from the fucking engineer. I'm sure he doesn't have another one in hand. And then he did. That felt bad. What is BFGA 2? It's Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. Does he have another fucking Wrecking Beast in this hand? Because his hand has been out of control so far. I haven't played Auto Chess, but I have heard it considered. Yep. It's very duelist time. Does he have more interaction? Because if he has interaction on top of this, we're fucked. You have fucking Brawl. That's so shitty. Could you stop having all the answers, opponent? Like, we were fine with Homunculus. We just needed a not 6/6 haste creature. And then we're fine with 6/6 haste creature as long as you don't have a removal spell for our guy that instants you. Alright, we need to top deck a consign to the pit now. He missed his adapt for no reason. Did not get our consign to the pit, or our mana, so we're gonna have to tap Wrecking Beast on his turn. I could bring back Dude, but it's not enough. Could Juggler, but it's also not enough. It's gotta be Locket. And we depose on his turn. We're still taking 5, it looks like. Yeah, opponent with all the answers sucks right now. Waited for the last second to brawl. No. Just depose. I think it was well played not to brawl there. I don't think it was well played not to brawl there. I don't think it was anything to not brawl there until it happened. I mean, he does an instant in response to an instant. That's the blowout for us. Okay. So we're going down to 6. If he plays any creature with a power greater than about 1, we're dead. So we take another 4 afterwards. Even then, we're pretty dead. It's another hybrid, man. Opponent, you are a god among men. I can't double spell at all. Or rather, I can demise plus that, but it's not good enough. I have to consign that, and I'm dead on board too, consigning that. Guess we're going to game 2. The Gyro Engineer is so scary. The turn I chose to kill the hybrid over the Engineer, maybe that's questionable. In retrospect, of course, it boned the shit out of me, but before that, I'm not so sure. He's gonna have a lot of huge dudes, although Demise looks pretty good. Junk Troller looks totally worthless versus him. Let's bring in a second consign. Okay. Brawl makes Blade Brand slightly worse, but I'm not so convinced we can do anything about it. Yeah. 3, what was that? 3 adapt creatures plus a Wrecking Beast with 2 mana accelerants. 4 hybrids. It was 2 hybrids and a the other one, right? To draw land, but otherwise we're good. Was 3 hybrids? Okay. We need land. Blade Brand still causes Death Touch with Brawl, doesn't it? Yes, but his Brawl resolves before Blade Brand hits, so it kills it before I get a chance to interact with it. If I do it in the other order, it doesn't help me either. I always have to Blade Brand before anything. I could have blocked for 1 less damage, I guess, but it doesn't get there either. Showed him Blade Brand. He has to consider that as a real thing. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that will fix our mana draw. He's currently on 4 mana. Wilderness Reclamation for all of his adapt creatures, I guess. Oh, we can't have that fucking adapting right now. I really want to fix my land screw right now too by drawing off Juggler. But a 6/6 on this board, if I play out another 3/2, is just so good for him. Rhythmic Ascendancy with a Wilderness Reclamation on the board. It's pretty bad. So he gets 5 mana. Let's kill this now. If he had saved 6, I'd have waited for him to adapt. He didn't. Need to draw a land. I need to hit Drake next turn, so it's Juggler this turn. He can pump it once right now. Is that right? Yeah, his ground creatures can all block my ground creatures now successfully. Should have tapped his mana and gotten another one off with end step Wilderness Reclamation. He has 2 pumps at instant speed. It's not good enough for me. I'd like to get that Minister out, but guess I can start attacking with Oligarch. I was gonna do it. Maybe I should have attacked the Oligarch this turn. Could have done another one by using Caretaker. Chose not to. He's missed 2 of those now. Alright, we have to hope he doesn't have an answer to the Flyers. It's the only way I win this right now. So right now, if he goes to 5, he's dead to Consign plus Windstorm Drake. This one gave me more blockers than playing out the other way. Sure. He puts himself dead on board by that. I mean, I have Consign for 1 more blocker. But are you gonna fly the Steeple Creeper? You can live with that. Sure. Alright. Dead on board it is. want a creature that gets flying, right? It's the second combine ability. You can move tokens around, or you can bring creatures in with tokens. Okay. You can concede now. Alright, didn't think we were going to get there with that opening. He missed a lot of counters and didn't attack me very much, which was nice. What are we going to do versus that? Is it time for an expose versus both those? It probably is time for one expose. Death Touch still seems very good versus him. Haven't seen any targeted removal besides that one. I'm going to drop Justikers. I mean, it's another way to block, I guess, but doesn't deal with his trampling. I think he dirtles faster than I dirtle. Do I want Acuity out? Like, his dirtle is more powerful? Like, dicking around? Does that mean I remove this? No, he's got a lot of trash creatures. The 0/3 protects him pretty nicely from Embrace. I don't think Embrace does a lot for me here. I think I kill him in the air is how I kill him. So maybe protecting my flyers is a thing. Okay. Game's a little bit scary. Bet. 5 mana hand. Got a draw card. And a Plague White. Not even bad. Plague White attacks into everything he's played early. Portal only our own creatures? Yes. Right. Maybe could have waited till his end step for that. Maybe a little bit aggressive to do that now. Or waited till at least the attack phase. Maybe not. Steeple Creeper, sure. Needed an answer. Means I'm 1 turn off taking a billion damage from this. It sucks. Not being able to activate jugglers here is really painful. Don't have a great answer for this, especially if he doesn't have just sinks mana into its flying ability. Would have been great last turn for something to do with my mana. I have to run Juggler out this turn. Clunky draw. Okay. This card's in here still after me gruesome demising him every single game. I guess he just lost to Flyer, so maybe that's part of his thought. I hate that he has the time to just creeple me, Steeple Creeper me here. I can take 7 this turn, like I'm dead next turn. It's pretty bad. This is not a game without mana issues. This is the opposite. We kept a 5-lander and haven't drawn anything to play in the early game. It's exactly a game about mana issues. This is a game decided by draw steps again. Like, give me a break. The opposite. The opposite of what you just said. I have to jump this or I'm dead next turn. Because I'm going to play Juggler and take damage again. I guess I can gang block the Spider next turn. It's so bad. So if I take 7, I go to 8. I'm playing Juggler, I go to 7. If he has any removal, I'm dead. Well, I mean, I can chump next turn too. I guess it sets up the gang block. But it puts me on a 2-turn clock from his Creeper. If he just flies it every turn. I don't have another answer to Spider either, so I guess I take it. Continue our land float over here. So I can't double spell no matter how. I mean, I could hit him with Juggler and Chump, I guess, and that lets me develop Juggler plus lock it. Sees a couple more cards, but I can't block the spider. It's a card in my graveyard, the 2/1, the white. The white doesn't get me anywhere. I think I have to have an answer to spider. Sure. Right. Saw a couple extra cards. Not really doing a lot for us at the moment. We have outs. We have consigned to the pit. That's an out. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 and 3 is 8, so we can lock it. Question is, do I even do that? Do I just tap Spider down instead? I'm dead if he can remove the Chillbringer with Creeper. But he has to remove it with 1 mana. Problem is, if I let him untap his lands, he gets to do things like fucking slam his hasted. He doesn't have 7 right now, but like I have to worry about Wrecking Beast for the rest of the game. So the question is, what is better here? That maybe. And get in with 1 Juggler. Maybe should have gone both Jugglers and just not have it. But right now he's got to remove Chillbringer and have mana display Steeple Creeper, or I'm still alive. How am I going to kill him, though? I'm still alive. But still alive isn't very sweet. Still alive is not winning the game. Just that one turn where we had no tempo, where he got to play Creeper and we had to pass. That turn just fucked us. It's Creeper into Spider. It's been 2-drop into 2-drop into 3-drop into 5-drop. Another flyer. It's also a lethal flyer right now. Can't deal with it. I have to crack lock it and hope I draw an answer that I can play on 5 mana. This doesn't fly. Do we have any 4 mana flyers I can do with this? No, right? We could get a Gruesome Demise. I have white mana in my hand. I can't think of any double white. My blue cards are... There's no removal on my blue cards. What are my blue cards? The other flyer. Deploy. I do actually want to leave white mana open. Okay, or blue mana open. Didn't get there. So we had Deploy was an out, Gruesome Menagerie, or not Gruesome Menagerie, Gruesome Demise was an out. We had 2 more Gruesome Demises, and Deploy, I think, is all I can think of, or what else would have got me out of here. I'm just gonna do bizarre attacks right now. I can't play Ministrant. Ministrant sets me up if he screws up next turn, but it doesn't set me up for anything this turn. So I'll just bluff that I have a Gruesome Demise and maybe he won't attack with both. We'll see. Can't fly and adapt. Oh, that's true. I didn't notice that. That's a fair point. It's pretty close to it, though. 2 mana? Guess he can't currently. So I have to chump Aeromunculus then? Alright. So there's the removal that he has now. Feels bad. Yeah, chat, we aren't getting out of that. We hit to draw one of our answers, I think, that turn. Okay. What a annoying loss. Like, I don't... No, a bad loss. Loss leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Ah.